BTS Breakdown, the truth behind Taehyung's departure and Jungkook's emotional words. The world stopped. Not because of a concert, a comeback, or a record-breaking performance, but because of one headline that shattered the internet. Taehyung officially leaves BTS. It was supposed to be impossible. BTS, the group that changed music, defied boundaries, and became the very definition of unity, was never meant to fall apart. And yet, in a shocking twist that no fan saw coming, one of their brightest stars was suddenly said to be walking away. The news hit armies like thunder. Social media exploded. Millions were left asking one haunting question. Why now? And why like this? For the first time since their debut, Kim Taehyung, known to the world as V, stood alone. No synchronized steps beside six brothers. No laughter echoing backstage. Just silence. And in that silence, the rumors began to roar. Whispers filled every corner of the internet. Some claimed creative differences. Others spoke of exhaustion. But then came the most devastating rumor of all, that something deeper, something unseen, had been brewing behind the smiles for years. And then came Jungkook. The golden magne who rarely spoke publicly about internal matters, finally broke his silence. In a live interview that seemed completely unplanned, Jungkook's words sent shockwaves across the industry. His tone was steady, but his eyes betrayed emotion. People think they know, he began softly. But sometimes what happens between brothers can't be explained in headlines. It's not about anger, it's about truth. Those few words ignited a wildfire of speculation. What truth? What could possibly drive Taehyung, the heart of BTS, the man who called the group his home, to step away at the height of their glory? When Jungkook's voice cracked as he spoke Taehyung's name, fans around the world felt the pain behind it. It wasn't the sound of betrayal, it was heartbreak. But behind that heartbreak was something more powerful: transformation. This wasn't just a story of a group member leaving. It was about identity, purpose, and the price of truth. For years, fans saw only the perfect harmony of BTS. 7 men moving as one. 7 hearts beating to the same rhythm. But behind that perfection was a growing tension, an invisible pull between passion and direction. According to insiders close to the group, Taehyung had long struggled with questions that went beyond fame or fatigue. He wasn't tired, said one producer who worked with BTS during their mid-era. He was searching. He wanted meaning, art that felt personal, not just powerful. That search for purpose, though beautiful, began to distance him from the collective rhythm of BTS. As their fame reached unimaginable heights, creative freedom became harder to find. Each decision was weighed against global expectations. And in that environment, Taehyung's silence began. Those who knew him say the silence grew heavier each year. So when the rumor of his departure broke, it wasn't a surprise to those close to him. But to the world, it was a lightning strike. For Jungkook, it was more than news. It was heartbreak made visible. He stopped posting. He grew quieter. And when he finally spoke to fans, his words cut deep. We promised we'd always walk together. But sometimes walking together means knowing when to let someone find their own path. It hurts, but maybe that's love too. Those words tore through the fandom. Because they weren't the words of resentment. They were the words of someone watching a brother chase truth, even if it meant breaking hearts along the way. Every great story reaches a breaking point, the moment when silence speaks louder than words. For BTS, that moment came in a quiet room, during what insiders described as one of the most emotional meetings in their history. Taehyung spoke first, one source revealed. He didn't cry. He didn't explain much. He just said, I need to be honest with myself. And that's when everyone else broke down. That single line, "I need to be honest with myself," became symbolic across social media. It captured not only Taehyung's rumored choice but a universal truth about art, identity, and courage. Jungkook, who had always been emotionally connected to Taehyung, reportedly found it hardest to accept. Yet in a later interview, his words revealed profound understanding. Sometimes being brothers means watching someone you love make a choice that breaks your heart, and still cheering for them as they walk away. That one statement became a defining moment in modern K-pop history, not because of drama, but because of raw honesty. Fans began revisiting Taehyung's solo music, suddenly noticing the deeper meanings in his lyrics. Songs like Blue and Slow Dancing took on new weight. Critics pointed out the recurring themes of solitude and self-discovery. Taehyung's songs aren't about leaving people behind, one critic wrote. They're about finding peace amid the noise. And Jungkook understood that. When asked whether he felt betrayed, he simply smiled and said, "No. Because I think he finally found what he was looking for. We just didn't see it yet." It was in that quiet understanding that the truth began to surface. The world had misheard the story. Because despite the viral chaos, the heated debates, and the emotional breakdowns across social media, Taehyung never left BTS. There was never an official announcement. No statement from HYBE. No confirmation from any member. What happened was a digital wildfire, sparked by mistranslations, fueled by emotion, and amplified by the speed of social media. A single misunderstood post had morphed into a global rumor. Within hours, it became fact in the eyes of millions. Fan accounts, tabloids, and influencers unknowingly fed the storm, each adding a new layer to a story that was never real. Industry insiders later clarified that BTS remains united. The members are exploring solo ventures, yes, but under the same banner, bound by the same brotherhood. Their individual projects are not signs of separation, but of evolution. As Jungkook himself had explained, it's not about walking away, it's about walking differently. His emotional statements, which had been twisted into headlines about truth and conflict, were never confessions of a breakup. They were reflections on growth, friendship, and the complexity of change. Both Jungkook and Taehyung have since expressed open admiration for one another, publicly supporting each other's music and projects. Their connection, built over a decade of shared dreams and struggles, remains unshaken. But this moment revealed something bigger than BTS. It exposed the power and danger of virality. In today's world, emotions spread faster than facts. A whisper can become a headline, and a fan theory can reshape global narratives. BTS's breakup rumor became a mirror reflecting how easily truth can be distorted when love and fear collide online. And yet, even through the noise, one truth stands unbroken. BTS is still one. Their story isn't about division, it's about transformation. It's about 7 individuals who continue to grow, both together and apart, without losing what binds them. The saga of Taehyung and Jungkook isn't a tragedy, it's a testament. A reminder that real brotherhood isn't defined by proximity, but by understanding. That unity doesn't end when paths diverge. And that truth, no matter how hidden beneath rumor, always finds its way back to the light. Because BTS was never just about music. It was about meaning.